Hey, welcome back to Cody's Hobbies. I'm Cody. I just wanted to give you an update behind the scenes, what's been going on, things that are future for the channel. And I've been so sick recently that I haven't even touched the camera. I haven't even really logged into YouTube. I got in the other day and was looking for comments that I might have missed. Anybody commented on anything, and then I commented on a couple of friends' videos, and warmth helps. And so I had a sinus infection and fevers and just I took. You gonna come over here? Cat's gonna come look at my coffee. Come smell it. See what you think. You want to taste? He's just off screen. Yeah, so I took the antibiotics and I was feeling a bit better, and I went on a little vacation over the weekend and had a lot of fun, and then I came back like 3 days later. I'm not feeling well again, and so it's been an interesting few weeks. Like I said, I did get online a couple times just to check if I missed any comments. I commented on a couple of friends' videos, and that's about it. So behind the scenes, I was feeling well enough to go out and primer something or paint a face or put a decal on, and so it was very slow getting that thing done, the wild one, and I'll get to that in just a second. But yeah, so I have not felt very well, and I have to apologize for that. We got a whole bunch of stuff we got to get active with. I got to get feeling well enough to get out and go play. So that is coming. Moving on, number 2 is the poll. Thank you guys for voting in that, and that really turned out really well. We had a lot of votes right off, and that was great. We had a tie between the Fox and the Kyosho Beetle, and I didn't vote. I don't vote on those. That's kind of for you guys to do. Excuse me. And yeah, so what I did is I just decided I wanted the Beetle. Now, the Fox is still on the list. I will get one of those because that's a car I want. But I wanted to do that Beetle. And so since it tied, that's one I chose. Now, I didn't order it yet. There's a reason for that, and I'll explain that. That order will go out next week. There was a Tamiya buggy that was limited production run, and I think I got the last one, so I had to order that, and that took the money from that car to do that at the end of the month. So so it's going out. I'll get it. It'll probably come in this week, and in fact it will get here this week. I'll send the order off Monday, and they're in stock, so it's not a big deal. That Tamiya car is not. So it's probably not being on a list yet. But I wanted to get that. So that will be happening, and then I'll get building that here right away. The next poll I probably won't do until after the new year. We got Christmas coming, and I want to make sure that we got some money for people, get them maybe cars, I don't know. So, then I'll do another poll and we'll get busy with that. I enjoy that. I like you guys voting on what I'm going to do next. That's kind of fun for me to do. So, but it will be probably February, I'm guessing, maybe January. Depends on how fast I can recover from Christmas. But, so we're going to do that. And then, so next one is the wild one. We got this thing finished. Drink coffee here. That warmth helps. Wild one is done. So this is what I was working on behind the scenes. Like I'd go out, and I didn't film nothing because I just, I'd go out and cut a couple of decals and put them on, and a couple of them are a little crooked because I didn't feel good enough to care. So they're not bad. I mean, I'm probably the only one that really notices it, but I mean, it turned out real good. did the driver figure helmet and all that kind of stuff, primed that, painted it Italian red, and then I painted the face, and I did a pretty good job. This is a neat little car. I mean, it looks great. I really been excited to get that out and run this. Run it with a nickel metal. I was looking for the cool accessories I was talking about. I couldn't find them yet. They're out there somewhere, so I just finished it stock, and we'll run it and see if I ever find the other parts, and then I'll put the other buckets on. Here he is. You can take a sniff. Oh yeah, he don't want coffee. Huh. Yeah. So, yeah, this turned out real well. I felt well enough, like I said, I cut a couple of decals, put them on, and then that was it. You know, that's all I could do. I had to come in and rest. I just didn't feel very good at all. So this took quite a while to finish, but we got it all done. So, and it's cool because, you know, I mean, it's so scale. I mean, it's such a cool scale buggy that, you know, we're talking 1985. You got to remember when that came out. So, you know, I think it'll be better than the what I run out there, the Frog. I think it'll be better than the Frog, but it looks better for sure. So, yeah, I'm excited to go run this. It is still pretty stiff. We're going to run it with a nickel metal hydride in there to give that weight, and we're probably not going to upgrade it. I think it's just going to stay like this and probably be displayed more than driven. Maybe it'll hit me. It might hit me like the Manta Ray, and it's really awesome to run. You know, we'll see. That'll go out there and we'll play out there here right away. Not immediately, but very soon. We got some other stuff coming up that I've got to get to. So, let's see. Yeah. Next thing I'm gonna do after that run, we're gonna butcher this motor. This is a dirt tuned Tamiya closed open end bell motor, 27 turn. This has been run probably 2 minutes and something. I'll unsolder these and we're gonna throw it in the test mule up here, the Boomerang, and I'm gonna do a video. A more educational video. We're going to kill this motor scientifically to show you being overgeared, the difference between one with a fan and one that doesn't have a fan, as well as, I mean, closed end bells, or these open end bells can be even hotter than a closed end bell, even without a fan. These can really burn up pretty fast. So that's the goal. We're going to overgear this, and you can't do a heat sink or anything, but we're going to go butcher this and open it back up and show you that. So this will die an educational death, and it will be worth it to do that. So that we will I had it, and it's been run like twice, so it's like in perfect shape. Hardly anywhere in there. We'll open it up and show you first, then we'll kill it and try to open it again. It might be completely froze up right there. Huh, what do you think? Yeah, smelling that? Meet your approval? Okay, good boy. Yeah, he's been hanging out with me a lot because I haven't been feeling well, and he's protecting his human, so he knows he gets fed, because that's what's important to him, food. That's lucky, by the way. All right, moving on. I have a whole list here. So the first thing that's going to happen is we're going to be testing crawling. We got to get into that. I have a competition, not a competition, I've got some events coming up that we've got to get testing this thing. You guys should have invested in Kleenex and puffs and stuff, because I have used a ton this last month. My nose has not stopped running, and it's a lot of fun. This is my SCX-10-3 Trail Honcho that I built. This is a builder's kit that I put together last year, and I had to replace my bumper on this thing. We got an event coming up, and this is a major thing right here. We're going to test these tires out and see if these work. These are the axial Falcon Wild Peak MTs from the camp truck, their latest truck. I forgot the name of it. I love these tires in real life, so I really want to try them. They came on sale, so it wasn't super expensive, and I hope they work. They're a little different. We're going to have to tweak it, but we're going to get this thing out. I'm going to go through all the stuff in this on the video and get it out there and practice this, get these broken in, see if they'll work. If I have to soften it up, I will. I can cut the foams a little bit, but I think... I hope this works pretty good. It's a trail truck. This isn't a comp truck. This has just got to work well enough, in my opinion, to do what it's got to do. And so if they don't, we're going to change it. I got to get this tested right away so I know if I need new tires or not. So that will be coming out. And then this is I built this from, like I said, from the builder's kit because I love the Honcho design, and so that's what I've got here. So we're gonna get that out and test that, and that'll be coming up here right away. So that one is pretty much ready to go. And there's a couple other things I want to do. The next one I want to mess with is this original one here. Get another wet my throat so it keeps working. This is my original SCX-10 Honcho. This was 2010, I think. The first ones that came out was a kit, and that's what this was. And it's just been updated slowly over the years to, I really want to try and make it a little more modern. We're not going to change the axles. You got to have these big pumpkins. That's the reason that people like them. You got the old one, you know. Yep, I do. I got the old one, and I actually sold 3 of these, or 2 of these I had with the old axles, and over the years I just sold them off because this is the only one I really wanted to keep. And so these will stay, but we're going to do some other stuff. I put a servo in this last year just to test it out, but it's been basically the same. So this was the original kit. We got these super cool old Proline, forgot what they were called. Hammer tires, yeah. These were 2.2s. Those are off of basically the original AX10, not the original AX10, the second generation AX10 with the more narrow body, and not the big truck body, but the narrow one. There was an orange one and a green one. The green one was ready to run, and the orange one was ARTR, and they had these Proline hammers on them. And so I threw this on here more for play, and then I pull these off and put, the correct tire for the club that we were doing back then. I had a whole bunch more in it, but anyway, we're gonna throw a little money at this and see if we can make this worthwhile to drive. I think it'll be worth doing. So that's my original kit. I've had that since I bought it brand new and built it. And I'm not gonna, change. Of course, I had the original body on it back then, and they come out with the Fords. I bought that, and so we're gonna throw a little money at that. Maybe change the shocks, maybe a different transmission. See if we can get a little more overdrive. I think that'll be pretty cool. So then this actually, I had to have this because I like 4Runners. So we're gonna do some fun builds with this thing. This will be, I'm gonna show you some cool things you can do with the stock axle. Yeah, the 4Runners were, this orange one, I could not. So, and then they threw it on sale. I missed the really killer sale. They had this for real cheap. I had to pay about $10 more or $15 more, but it was worth it. It's pretty cool. The Proline tires, I like it. So we're gonna mess with that. Good for indoor and outdoor trail running. And so I have a more competition truck that I built. This kind of with some budget things. We're going to swap parts from that and put it on here. Then we're going to rebuild that with new axles and a new chassis and all that kind of stuff coming later. But one of the things I really want to show you is how you can make the stock axle turn much sharper than they have in the kit. And so, yeah, right? Yeah, you want to smell that? Yeah. Okay. So I'll show you that, and then I'll have kind of a competition because I have a Jeep Rubicon that I built for Class 1 competition, which is kind of still a trail runner like this will be. And we'll just do some competition between the two and have a lot of fun running this. These are great for indoor, especially if you're competing in a place with the tables, where you've got the 4x8 sheets that they build up stuff, and you combine the two. Where I used to go, the 24s were killer in there, and guys had wider ones, and the gate widths were, that wide. So you got to really watch those wider, like the 18th scale Traxxas, and the 24s were better in there. So I've got a few of these. I've got 18s too. I love the micro stuff. I have one on back order if it ever get here. There's already been reviewed, the Venture CC, if it ever shows up, but they've sent them out to top channels to have them reviewed. But yeah, so that's on its way. But this will be fun to play with. And it'll be cool to see the difference between the Lexan body and the hard body. This is probably a fairly light hard body, but it is heavier than the Lexan. So it'll be fun. That'll be pretty neat. And I'm going to show you how to make that turn sharp, because the stock, they're like this, and then you can really make them really turn with just some simple modifications. And I probably showed back when I was competing them, I was showing people, how did you get that to turn so sharp? I'm like, well, I'll show you. I don't have nothing to hide. I don't keep no secrets. Sharp X-Acto knife, and you got to buy a pair of axles. So, I'm going to show you, we'll rip this one apart stock and show you the one that I modded, because this stock axle's on that comp truck. We're going to change that one. I have their new super turn something that I picked up to play with that. So that'll be on the list coming up very soon as well. We'll test that in Salt Lake as well as outdoors. There's a spot up there that has a table that these are fun to run on, as well as, they're great even outdoors. So, no, right? Don't you think? Yeah. So, that will be coming up. And then last up here we're going to get into, because I love this thing. Another sip of my coffee here. Oh. And then I gotta wipe my nose. Alright, the last piece here is we're gonna resurrect my CC01. I've got some parts I've been collecting for this thing, getting it ready to go. Whoops, dropped the hardware kit. Yeah, so we're gonna get this thing running. I got some modifications for it already. We're gonna throw in a couple more mods that I've been wanting to do, but I've got it kind of suspension lifted and body lifted. Turns a little bit bigger tire for this Pajero kit. I think I put this together in 2009. Nine, yeah. Built this in 2009. We had a competition with these, had a series that we did just CC01s. These are fun crawlers. I love them. They're not one of those. It's a great way to start. Well, these are discontinued, but the CC02 would be kind of the next thing, and I want one of those too. Probably get the older Bronco or the, you take off? Older Bronco or the FJ40. on that list. I think those are the ones that I want to do, but we're going to get this running first. That might be on the next pull. I might put the CCO1 on the next pull after Christmas. So, sorry, CCO2 on the pull after I decide which one I want. You want to smell this one too? Yeah? Okay. Is that good? So, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, we're just going to get this run. I still have the tires. We're going to use what I have. They're still good. Oh, that was the other thing I was going to do is probably simple green these because they've been sitting out there. They're maybe a little on the dry side, but we're still going to run them. Just soak them in simple green, see if we can soften them back up. Probably the same thing for the tires for this. See if it'll work. It'll work good enough. If I have to change those, I will. I just like those old cool, hammers are pretty sweet because that kind of shows how old that is also. People are like, what tires are those? They weren't around back then. So, yeah, so this will be a cool one to build, or just to set this back up and get this rolling and go play with it. Again, it's not the same as, an SCX10 or a Vanquish or some of those crawlers, but these are fun to crawl, and they you get in rocks and stuff and they kind of go the way they want to go. They go the way you don't want it to go that way, but it's going to go that way. They're fun to drive. I just like them. So I've been watching people run and I'm like, hey, mine built, I got to fix it and get it out there. So yeah, so I want to go back to this one really quick. I mentioned that this was the builder's kit, and I said this before. I got it last year. And it was like, map was $269, and I paid $220 for it for like Father's Day or something. I think they had a Father's Day sale. That's worth it. It's not. I'm more of an SCX10 2 guy than a 3. The Coyote's different. That new kit that they have. If I'm just gonna say right now, I realize this is $319. No, for $50 less, even if it was the same price, get the Vanquish VRD builder's kit. I mean, it depends on what you're trying to build it for, but I think that's a much better car. I have one. I haven't built it yet, but I know the transmission is great. This has a good transmission, but that kit's pretty cool. Anyway, I'll go over that when we run this thing, but which is coming soon. I'm hoping that I feel well enough to really... The weather's a little cruddy today, which is fine. I don't really want to get cold today down there running it, but my nose. We're gonna get that out there and run it soon because I got to see if I need different tires before we go to that event, and I got other tires to put on it, but I really like these. So that's the plan there. That's the next thing we're gonna do, and then we're gonna go from there. So look, I just want to thank you guys for kind of paying attention. I missed 3 weeks. I've been sick, and I felt bad about that, but I didn't feel like doing much. Just kind of, I was working on this car behind the scenes, trying to get it done, putting a decal on here and there, and painting a little. And so this is what is coming up through this month and into next. Running this and testing this, destroying this, and building and changing and tweaking and playing and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time. Comment, like, subscribe, and I'm gonna go blow my nose. So we're gonna see you next time. All right, bye.